welcome to Mindless Entertainment. It is I, Jesse Milestone, coming to you on this Friday with both good news and bad news.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Where people were just walking around, just jizzing force all over the place. He looks like he has been drinking soy from his mother's teat. Wrap yourselves in, guys, because we are gonna get mean!
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
I forgot Addison before the end. Whoa, so that's my new intro. That is my new introduction.
I love it.
Isn't that great? That's thanks to Cody Snyder. Let me find his links. This guy has made all my graphics, all my awesome shirts, all this stuff. And now his ass has a YouTube channel. So you should all follow him and also go bother him because he'll make you guys any awesome graphics and stuff that you want. So
I love it. I like that. We're gonna get mean. I'm like, I know exactly what video that's from.
Right? I remember just doing that one. Oh God, I loved that one. That was so fun. Cody's great. He just like has a really good, he just knows he's the one who made the Mindless Mob design that I still have to put on a shirt. But you know, we will. Hello, howdy chat. Sweet Pea's here, Greg Kirby's here, Holocron Library Fox, John Jenkins, Optic Razor 21, Mad Cabal, Chef Nation, Jet Sparks, Optic. Do I say Optic Racer 21 already? Who cares? We love them anyway. Welcome everyone to the Matriarchy, and welcome Anna, that Star Wars girl, my amazing co-host. How are you doing on this wonderful week?
I am well rested, but not completely awake yet. What about you?
I am decently well rested. The cat only threw things on my head like 3 times last night. And very awake, very excited to be here, amped up, etc., etc. I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling inspired by the inspirational words of Brie Larson.
Oh my gosh, she is just, I mean, if Mother Teresa had like a granddaughter and that granddaughter went to college and she had a roommate and that roommate, I don't know, became a hobo and then had kids with another hobo, and then those kids, you know, decided to, I don't even know where I'm going with this. Yeah, but they would be related to Brie Larson.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Inspiration to no one at all. But we'll get into that in a little bit. What did I want to say? First off, I wanted to share how there's Cody's YouTube channel that you should all subscribe to, and then tell him that you want awesome graphics made, and he'll do it. But first and foremost, very, very important, let's find out how Stealing Solo is doing today.
Ooh.
Ooh, 475 backers. We're closing on that 500 number, and the people have voted. So the next magnet, for those who don't know, every time Stealing Solo gets to another 100 backers, there will be another magnet made of one of the people on the cover, and that will be a perk for everybody who backs it. So 25 more backers, and the Mecha Random 42 magnet will be unlocked for every backer. So that's pretty exciting.
Is there a preview of what that magnet will look like?
Yes, somewhere. Somewhere I have these things. Let me find. Where's the?
You go to my Instagram real quick. It's on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Artwork,
I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna find it. I'm so prepared.
Here, I'll pull it up.
I should have shared my browser instead of just this.
It's okay. I can pull it up if you want to talk more about that.
So we're really, really excited. I'll play a little bit of the trailer here. I'll turn the sound off for it so I don't get copy struck on it. But so you can see this fun little trailer that we whipped together for it. With some of this awesome art. So these are also those bits of art. That's the trading card art too. So when we get to the Anna card and the Jeff card, that's what will be unlocked on the magnet. The amazing cover. Just utterly mind-blowing. And I still I love that when you said that picture to me, just the one of your hand with the paintbrush over it, I was like, ooh, it just looks really
I sent that to you guys because I needed a picture for my thumbnail, and I'm like,
I was saying,
my email on my new phone isn't working very well, so it doesn't send for like 10 minutes. So I'm like, I'm just gonna spam Jesse and Jeff with all of my links and all of the images that I'm using to do this edit. Perfect. And guys, my time-lapse video is finally up of me painting this cover. So if you guys actually want to go watch me paint, it's there. Also, I got music that I was told was free and copyright free, and then of course I got copyright struck by YouTube.
Don't you love it?
One knows any good sites or anything that has copyright or royalty-free music, please let me know.
I can also I can talk to my little sister is a musician. She can probably just hook you up with some fun, sweet royalty-free beats.
Oh, that is a good point.
Let me know what styles you're looking for, and I can always find them for my musician people.
I just like ambient music, like relaxing.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
actually, I have a
really
friend
fun.
who does that, like legit, like that's kind of what he does. So I've
Really?
been meaning to talk to him too about. He was always like, "Yeah, if you have any music for your YouTube videos," and I'm like, "I do," and then we just go through like month-long spells for not talking. So I should be like, "Yo, Rick, just like lay down some really fun ambient tracks, and then we'll."
Well, see, I don't mind paying for music. I just don't like that YouTube strikes it when it says that it's free, and it's like I've been told by some people, like if you buy a song, then you can show that you bought it, and
Yeah.
sometimes it works with YouTube, but I'm not sure the other side. But I
You
just kind
do,
of
but you have to demonstrate that you own it and all that. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass to go through it because usually it will automatically copy strike you anyway, and then you have to go back through it. All right, so here's the art for the Mecha Random magnet that will be unlocked with 25 new backers. So 25 backers from now, when the campaign hits the 500 backers, everyone gets the Mecha Random magnet. Mecha as the Twi'lek with the riding crop. Twi'lek, whichever.
And then here is, if it'll load, this is everyone. I'll post the link in the chat. This is to my time-lapse video if you guys want to watch me paint everyone in the Fandom Menace.
Oops. I'm going to drop a link to that in the chat right here too, so that everybody can go. So even if you're watching it here and enjoying it, make sure you do go watch it over. What'd you say?
I said, look, there's Jesse because I was painting.
Me. I said, making sure people know, click on the link. Make sure you go sub to Anna's art channel. Make sure you drop a like on the video and give it a watch over there as well to give her those watch hours. We wanted to get that channel monetized. Well, got to make that money. You want to make a living? You want Anna to keep making art for you guys? You got to make sure she can make a living doing it. So I wanted to keep making art for me because her art's awesome. So the end.
Yeah, and I'll show you guys what I have in the works. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's called Lord of the Rings.
I've heard of it.
Well, I really like Lord of the Rings, and since there's a new show coming out, and since it's like what it was, I realized this, Jesse. Did you know?
Yeah.
That 18-year-olds now today were not alive when Lord of the Rings came out. I feel so fucking old when I realize that. I'm like, because funny story. The reason I realized this was because I was walking my dog, and I walked past this you try to make eye contact with people that are around because it's like, oh, COVID, I gotta stay away from them. And so I walked past this one boy, and he said hi, and I said hi, and I kept walking, and then he passed me again with his friend, and then I passed them, and I went down, and Tulip was doing her business, and his friend came over and was like, oh, yo, my friend wants your number, or he doesn't say my number, he wanted my Snapchat. And I'm like, oh my God, kids don't even ask you for their number, they just ask for Snapchat. And then he's like, I told him you had a boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, I do. And also I'm like, I'm also kind of too old.
Yeah.
And then I was like, how young do you think I am? Which was kind of flattering that they thought I was a teenager. But then I realized, I'm like, you kids weren't even alive when Lord of the Rings came out. But so, yeah, I'm going to be painting. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to do this in gold.
Ooh.
Everything else is going to be color, but then that's going to be, the writing is going to be in gold.
So if you want to know how much of a nerd I am, especially for Lord of the Rings, the very first thing I did when you sent me the picture of that was I checked to see if you had actually... I'm messing with my light here. If you had actually copied the correct Elvish writing from the Ring, or just it's basically what you'd use, it was the writing from the Ring, and I was like, oh, she used the writing from the Ring, and she did copy it down correctly. So, because I'm a nerd and I can read that shit.
I hate this fucking language. I'm like, you never realize it's like, oh, it's pretty, but until you actually try to write it, and you're like, this shit makes no fucking sense.
Dude, I can write in it, so trust me, I understand. It took us a long-ass time using every resource available to us to even piece it together in a way that made enough sense, to write it. But yeah, oh no, it's the kind of thing too. It's like worse than writing in cursive, where if you get shit wrong, if your tails are a little too long or a little too fucked up here, your letter changes entirely, and no one has any fucking clue what you're writing. Like you can't mess that shit.
It was very strange because I'm just like, I know what this says, but I'm like, how does this even make any sense? And it was such a pain in the ass. But I did it. That's the most important thing. That took me longer to do that shit than to draw her freaking face. But
I fucking love it. So Rob says Anna had to shrink me down on the poster for China. Yeah, so actually if you look down on the full, let's see, on the poster, here we go. I believe there, right there, that's Rob right there. See?
that's spec.
Yeah. Yeah, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
That's Rob right there.
Yeah. Done.
Yeah. We just had to shrink him down for China. There's a whole thing. He went there once. There were some
We're not
issues.
above international geopolitics. So.
Look, exactly. All right. Did you guys? Jeff was talking about this on the High Council last night. How crazy was that? That this T-shirt company was worried about infringing on the copyright of the creators stealing law. Does that mean we're famous?
It's me.
Oh, I think that's amazing.
Also, everyone, please smash the like button. There's 60 people here, so thank you. Smash the like button. So, what was I gonna? I was gonna say something. Oh, yeah, Rob. Rob, you are spec 1138. Right over by Tom.
There you go. That's a nice way to put it.
Or no, maybe he can beat the spec on Mecha's. Right here.
Oh yeah, like that one right there. That's actually perfect. See?
There you go. You're that spec, Rob.
That's Rob. That's definitely Rob. Right there on Mecha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. If only there was.
Put them in there both actually, 2 times.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna shrink you down, we should put you multiple times so your eye naturally goes, "Oh, this is a Rob comic book. I can't wait to read it."
Exactly. So much Rob. All the Rob. Every spec is Rob. That should be like a weird underground movement. Hashtag every spec is Rob. It's all the people who are incredibly offended that Rob was not included on the original cover. I think it should happen. I think it should become a weird horror anthology story that ends up at the end of Stealing Solo 2.
Did you hear how loud that rain is?
I can't hear it there, but it was hailing up here when I was driving home from work. Also, this is limited already, apparently. I guess people don't like it when I make fun of Brie Larson. Oh, right. Brie Larson is an unmonetizable topic because she's protected.
It is. Yeah. You can't talk about Queen Brie or else you get in trouble because they protect her.
Yeah, clearly, because in this video that nobody cares about, by the way, one of the inspirational women that Brie Larson got to talk in her little Women's Day video just happened to be, I don't know, the CEO of YouTube. Yeah, Susan Wojcicki or whatever the F her last, you say her last name.
Why does that not surprise me at all? Should we EFAP the video?
Oh, hell yes.
Okay, bring it up.
Hell yes, I got you. All right, let's go. Let me pull this up. Okay. I'm ready for this. I'm kind of ready for this. So the hilarious thing, before we even look at the video itself, we go to Brie Larson's magical, enchanting YouTube page, where she's gonna, dear God, please don't try to talk to me. This number hasn't moved a whole heck of a lot since we've been watching her. And wow, look at that pretty number. But since then, sorry, Brie, not so much. People aren't that excited. People were really
aren't even doing well. Gary gets better views on his videos than freaking Brie Larson does.
Accurate. On like almost all of it. Especially, oh my God, this Happy International Women's Day video that she put out on International Women's Day, I guess. Advice to our younger selves celebrating International Women's Day. Exclamation point. Now, here's the fun thing about this video, right? In 2 days, it's had 40,000 views, right?
Hello, YouTube.
Oh, shh, we're not ready for your stupid face yet. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, you put out a YouTube video yesterday, right?
Yeah.
How many views does it have?
It's a shitty video, but it's only got like 40K.
Yeah, Brie Larson put out a video 2 days ago, and it's only got like 40K.
What's her subscriber count?
Oh, yeah, she's got like 500,000 subs.
Oh shit, I got a fifth of that.
Uh-huh.
Because my audience likes me.
I guess so. I guess people actually like you. So I guess you can confidently say that people like you better than they like Brie Larson.
You know her sweater, like with the thing, I saw it and I'm like, that looks a lot like the thing she was wearing when she's like, thank you very much.
It does. Is that her Karen sweater? Can we officially call that her Karen sweater?
Well, she was wearing like a brown suit. Let me see.
Oh God. Oh, she dresses like a stuffy grandma. Not like a nice grandma who makes you cookies and milkshakes and stuff. Oh my God, my grandma used to make the best milkshakes. She looks like a stuffy grandma. She dresses like the grandma that has the rich house that looks like a museum and yells at you if you sit on the sofa the wrong way.
Well, okay, so it's not this here. She's got a thing for like white with black trim. So let me show you here.
Oh, sorry, Holocron Library Fox. Let me just hide her face there so you don't have to see. Okay, here we go. Let's get some.
You see, it's like a white
with
black trim.
These broad white.
And then that's exactly. Well, I mean, the one she's wearing is clearly knit, but it's like it's the same thing as a white collar with black trim. So I'm like, well, at least she's like consistent that she likes that kind of stuff. You know what's sad? Is look at her smile, or before she makes that face, her smiling right there. She looks like a nice person.
I could almost want to be friends with her, maybe.
Well, you know what I like to do when I want inspiration for things, or it's like, I don't know, it just kind of makes me happy to watch. Well, I like to watch old like Oscar winning speeches, like when somebody gets it. Who do people think when they're at like their moment of complete like joy? And for whatever reason, hers played on autoplay. And I'm just like, oh shit, I remember watching this live when it happened, but I'm like, it's been a couple of years. Things have changed since then. I remember I was happy for her when she won the Oscars. Because out of all the movies, I was like, that was a pretty dramatic movie. So I'm like, oh, cool. She won. Good for her. And I'm like, and she's like just starting. Yeah, good for her. And I'm watching her and I'm like, oh my God, it's night and day from when she won that Oscar to now, because it's like, oh my God, you can tell that she wasn't woke yet when she won this Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, you can go out. We've looked at those old interviews where she was even like, oh my God, guys have it way worse than me because they're asked to whip off their shirts in auditions all the time. Like, wow, look how aware you were that, people are treated differently based on gender. Differently doesn't always mean you get the short end of the stick because you're a woman.
I would just like to say I'm not an actress, but if I was auditioning for a movie with Henry Cavill, I would 100% take my shirt off for that. If I was asked and they say you have to act out the scene with Henry Cavill, I would 100% take my shirt. I just want to put that out there, Henry.
Now, what if they told you that taking your shirt off was the only way to guarantee the part, and once you got the part, you would get to take your shirt off for Henry Cavill?
I'd have to have like proof that he was going to be there.
Right, I need something in writing first.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, it's like, well, here's the thing. When we take off our shirts, we still have like undershirts or bras and stuff. So obviously it's like, I wouldn't be topless, but it's like, my undies. It's the same thing as wearing a bikini. I don't get that weirded out by stuff.
No, that doesn't bother. Exactly. I'm like, it's the same. I'm comfortable showing this much of my skin normally. It's fine. So here's a fun game we're going to play as we go through this exciting video. So as you can see, right, this is a fundraiser, right? Here's the game we're going to play, right? We're going to play what fundraiser is she raising money for? So as we go through this video, I just want you to listen carefully and find out, who we're raising all this money for. Okay. Let's see. How is that showing? Is that showing up correctly over there? Or is it showing up weird over there?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay, cool. Shall we begin?
Hello, YouTube. Happy International Women's Day. Woo! If you connect with the word woman, if you identify as a female.
Hold on. Wait. Aren't we not supposed to call people a female? Isn't that bad?
I don't even know what it is anymore. It's like you can't say the word woman because it's racist or something. You have to say wimexin.
What?
Well, oh yeah, you didn't know this? They take out the A or the E in woman or women, and they put an X. And so it's like wimix. But I'm like, but there's still an N, so you don't even pronounce it that way. And I'm like, first off, I'm a woman. I find that offensive that you're changing the word. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the word woman.
Yeah.
I remember I actually had to, this is how bad it is, Jesse. I had to explain this to my stepdaughter. She asked me this like a year and a half ago because she was telling me about how, because her mom is a little bit into politics, should we say. And so sometimes to get a different perspective, she won't she'll talk about some things with her dad, but then she will specifically ask me when like neither of her parents are around because she knows I kind of don't bullshit. And so she told me that the reason why, because she brought up, it's like, oh, on the bathroom doors, there's the men's room and the women's room, and the word woman has the word men in it. So some women find that offensive, so they want to take out the A or the E and put an X. And I told her, I was conveniently, we were out having lunch, and so there's all these different stores, and I said, okay, Munchkin, look, there's Petco over there. And I'm like, do pets find it offensive that there's the word pet in Petco? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, sometimes words are just made up of other words and there's nothing wrong with it. Exactly. And just, I'm like, I shouldn't have to be explaining this to the fact that a child is even asking this. Well, first off, it lets me know that she finds something wrong with it because the logic isn't making sense to her. So she's having to ask me, a grown-up, about it, which is weird to think of that I'm a grown-up. But it's like, that's absolutely insane. It's like, yay, women, International Women's Day, all this stuff about women, but then you find the word women offensive.
Exactly. Like what?
Pick one.
Exactly. What is it? Such the double think. That's why it blows my mind too. Like, let's celebrate women and everything they're about, but all of your brand of feminism is erasing everything feminine. Like, which is it? Do you want to celebrate women and everything we are and stand for? Or do you want to erase and get rid of everything we stand for to make it more like men so you can take your power back in some weird, twisted, backwards, reverse psychology way? People are dumb, aren't they? Anywho, and Doug 209 makes a great point. If trans people are women, why does she need to identify as women? An excellent point. If you say Happy Women's Day to all the women out there, right? This is where all get this. You want to be so careful not to offend anybody. Okay. Do you believe that any person who identifies as a woman is de facto a woman? Great. Then why all your little qualifiers? If you identify as the woman, if you feel female, if this and that. All right. If by your weird logic, anyone who wakes up and goes, I feel a woman is now a woman, then you shouldn't have to qualify it in all those ways. Just Happy Women's Day to all the women's out there. And like for the rest of us who aren't psycho, we don't need to qualify with identify as. You either are a woman or you're not a woman. The end. Honestly, and again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you fall in the camp of how you feel about trans people, how you feel about gender, norms and this and that and the other. You're either a woman or you're not. And that's it. Like this business of like, that's it. Even if you're in the mind camp of like, okay, if you're a trans woman, you're a woman. Great. Then you're a woman. There's no identify as a woman. You're just a woman. Even if you're a mindset of, I just woke up today feeling like I'm a woman and therefore I get to identify as a woman today. Well, then, okay. In the weird mindset of that, then you're just a woman. This identify as doesn't fucking mean anything. It's the bullshit I identify as a llama today. It becomes just that. Being a woman means more than just a whim of like, I woke up and I feel a certain fucking way. And all back to say, there is no such thing as identifying as a woman. There is either being a woman or there is being something that is not a woman. That's it. I don't know how it's really not that difficult. Anyway, so great point, Doug 209. And again, I just want to clarify, that's not me making an absolute statement about what you're supposed to believe about gender or not. No matter what you believe about gender, there shouldn't be a world in which identifying as a woman is a thing. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Do you want to clarify that for all the people who are going to go, you're a bigot? Yes, clearly.
If you know someone who identifies as a female or...
This is my favorite part.
There's a bit of an echo on your end.
Oh, fuck you, Brie. Here,
you might have to mute yourself.
No, mute myself while it's playing, yeah.
Congratulate them today. It's not an easy path.
What?
How many jump cuts did she have in that? She didn't even get through an entire sentence and they had to clip her sentences together.
Right, because this is exactly what you're saying is exactly what's happening that people don't realize. They don't think about when they watch this. They go, oh, it's a cutely produced video where it's like jumping in and out and the other. And we're watching this going, no, this is what you do to cover up bad takes. They had to string like 4 different takes together to get 3 sentences out of her mouth without or an
Yeah,
Wow.
there's some videos that have a lot of jump cuts that I watch, but it's always when the video is extremely informative.
Yeah.
And so the person, there's one girl that I watch because I've been trying to like grow my hair since they hacked off it, and it's like dead now since I put bleach in it.
Yeah.
And so when she does jump cuts, sometimes it is in the middle of sentences, but I've noticed, I think it's because she's like me and she tends to ramble. So she cuts it out so that way the sentence is informative, and she always kind of tries to do it like smoothly. And sometimes if it's too big, she like makes fun of the fact that she had a jump cut. But with this, it's like they're splicing her sentence together, and it's not like they're changing the angle and like this was all one take by different camera angles. It's like she literally couldn't get a sentence out, so they spliced a bunch of takes together.
They're punching in on the same angle. The thing is, this is all taken from the same angle, right? Exact same angle. It's just sometimes we'll see, you can't get there. She's punched in like that. All they did was clip the sides from to make it. Oh, so you don't notice the awkwardness of the jump cuts. Otherwise, it would be super awkward. Did you just hurt your something? You okay?
No, I get these weird like cramp. It's not cramps though, because it's too high in my torso. It's like right under my lungs, but it feels like I'm getting stabbed by a bunch of needles sometimes.
That sounds like lots of possible things.
I just think I have a weird body, but
honestly, that sounds like stress. Like that's a common stress.
It's
response.
like so I don't know why it happens, but sometimes I just get it. Like it seems like it's cramps, but it's like no, cramps are like lower, where your lady parts are.
You feel like
you're way too high and like inside. It just feels like I'm getting stabbed by a bunch of needles all at different angles all at once, and like one part of the inside of my body.
That sounds like a stress response. That's what I it sounds crazy. I used to, because I don't get, when I was younger too, I would never get like a panic attack or anything like that, right? Hybrid and stuff like that. But if I had a lot of stress going on in my life and I wasn't like dealing with it in certain ways, or I just had a lot going on and hadn't had enough time to sleep or regular sleep cycle or something like that, I would get little things like that. And I had no idea what it was. I thought I was like, I'm just weird and dying. And then I realized it was that. And I realized that when I learned how to get rid of all the other everything, that would stop. So I wonder if it's similar.
I don't. Maybe. I mean, I'm not too stressed right now, but I don't know. Maybe
I wouldn't even feel stressed. I wouldn't even know that I was. I would just get that and die. Maybe it's appendicitis. Hopefully it's not appendicitis.
What side is my appendix on? Ow! Fuck! No, because this has been happening since I was a kid.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, so I don't think so. But no, because the appendix is on like your back side. I can't remember if it's on your right side or your left side, but it's like I mean, this has been going on for years and years. It just like randomly will come up every now and again.
Russell, you know how useless this advice is. A doctor can probably identify those cramps. Thank you, Russell.
Well, you know what? I've talked to a doctor about this, and they just don't give me any advice. That's good. So, because this has been happening since I was a kid, and they say eat fucking bananas, and I'm like, I eat a shit ton of bananas. Oh, hello.
I'm actually guessing. I'm guessing it's a compartmentalized stress response. Because like I've had those stuff like that too, and it's like it usually happens because I don't deal with stress any other way. I'm like, nope, I don't have stress. I don't have feelings. The end. My body's like, yeah, but you're just gonna have your stress right here in stabbing feelings, and you're gonna feel like you're dying for a little while, and you're not gonna know why, and then it'll go away, and you'll just feel less stressed after that. Greg Kirby says, hey, sorry, yes. What are you saying?
Oh, no, I was going to answer the question, but go ahead and read it.
And how Henry Cavill is James Bond. What do you think? Also, hi, Jeff, Jesse, and Anna, by the way. Hi, Greg Kirby. Jeff just bounced off to the office, but he says hi, too.
My body is so ready for it.
I think that'd be pretty that'd be a pretty great choice. Oh,
my God. I would be at that theater if it's open every fucking day. And I'd have to bring, I don't know, like a bathing suit or something. But oh my God, oh my God. It's like, do you not want to make money, people in charge of James Bond? Because just let Henry fucking Cavill play James Bond.
Russell Hall says, my take is if you're serious about the whole man born in the wrong body deal and want to be considered a woman, chop it off and we'll talk. That's not a bad take. My whole stance is everyone believe what's right for you to believe, and as long as the thing is, everyone just go about your business and don't tell anyone else what to think or do or believe. But that to me is a perfectly sound bit of logic. Yep, if you're that committed to how you feel about your identity that you're going to go to the nth degree to assimilate, then that makes sense. Okay, cool. But if you're not, if it's just like, well, I feel like I'm a woman today, but I am not now. Well, I'm not going to give you all the rights and privileges of being a woman if you really are. If you're just dipping your toes in the water and want to see what this pond is like. So that feels like what happens. Like, not just anyone, anyone.
I identify as Henry Cavill's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think that it's terrible that the rest of the world does not see that. I feel like I'm discriminated against. I just need Henry brought to me, please and thank you.
I agree. I concur. That seems reasonable. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other super chats coming back here. We'll see if the internet even works. My internet's being mean to me today. Why aren't you working, YouTube Studio? I hate you. Why are you okay? Stop talking to me. I know that tab is being shared. That's why there's a little window there. Thank you, YouTube. You're so helpful and communicative. Can you please let me get into Studio now so that I can actually do? No? Okay, no, your hyperlink's in the wrong place, so I can't actually click on this. What is going on? So I click go into Studio, and then it's where you have to click, built-in webcam or streaming software so you can get back into it. It won't let me. I can go back, but I can't go forward. Click. And it won't let me go. I can do built-in webcam, but I don't want to do that.
That's weird.
Just stop. Go away. Oh my God.
So
what is happening?
while you're doing that, I'll tell everyone a fun story. So as weird as I am, I try not to show that I'm weird. Like physically, I don't want somebody to look at me and know how like fucking insane I am. Mm-hmm. And so I realized I'm like, you know what? I do kind of need to show in my videos how insane I am. And I'm like, I kind of want like merchandise with Henry Cavill's face on it. And so I went down a rabbit hole on Amazon. Not only are there body pillows, but there's like
Anna.
There's so much weird stuff out there. And I'm like, this is weird even for me.
Yeah.
So we went to go down a rabbit hole on Amazon. Just type in Henry Cavill merchandise and have fun because I almost wanted to do a video of me scrolling through this shit and reacting to it, but I'm like, I'll probably dox myself, so I'm not going to do that.
That would be, I'm sure people would really, really enjoy seeing that though. I'm sure.
I just wanted to share that with everyone. Thank you.
It sounds amazing and delightful. All right, let me see if I can get this damn thing to work now. Okay. I would like to be able to thank you so much for letting me access my own stuff. It's so nice. No, this is not for kids. Screw you. Of course it's not for kids. I hate kids. Kids suck. I don't know why everything's going so slowly today. It's like, yeah, I get all this nice new internet. So
I think it's probably because of the rain and stuff. It's making all of my internet go slow too.
Really? Is that a thing in California?
Well, I don't know who you use. I have Spectrum for my internet.
Yeah,
and it's so it's been sucking so much and it's been lagging, especially at night because I'm nocturnal. So I'm awake and doing work at night. And then like my internet will just randomly cut in and out and it just is super slow because I'm like, I would think because not as many people are active as at 3 a.m. like me, that it might be a little bit faster because not as many people are accessing it. But no, it's the opposite.
Yeah, you would think. Maybe just everyone in your area is a night owl. So everyone on your network is just clogging it up at all the times that you want to use it.
Fucking bitches.
That makes sense, right? All right. So I hope I didn't miss any beforehand because it's not loading anything before this one. So Macy Van Dusen, hey, what's up? I love that we catch you actually when you're still awake. So that's nice. Anna, is it possible you've pulled a muscle from off a rib? I've done that and it does feel like a stabbing sensation. Another possibility.
I don't know what activities I would have been doing, but then that means I've pulled because this has been going on since I was a kid.
It could have been like you could have pulled a muscle badly when you were a kid and maybe it never reattached quite right. So maybe you really easily re-pull it often.
Well, here, it's always like right here. And
Yeah.
yes, this is a crop top. So it's like right here, and then but it's on the inside of my skin. So okay.
I get one
I'll
that's
use this water bottle. So it's like here's my body, but it's like it's inside, so it's not on like the skin. I mean everyone knows. But
I
it's
get
like,
one in the same spot, but it feels like it's almost like on top of my rib in a weird way. Like it's sitting right like a spot. It's really weird. I get it like it's like that. It'll come and go, and it's like a really, really intense sort of cramping kind of pain. And it'll just come and go, and it feels like a muscle cramp or something, and then I don't know what the hell.
It's weird because it's always like centralized around something. I'm like, I don't know what I'm not the biggest expert on the geography of the inside of my anatomy. So whatever it is that's like right there, but it's kind of small. Like it's got to be like about this big, whatever is there. So I don't know. Is that my stomach or something? I don't know. Let me go.
Maybe, yeah. That would be about
But
right.
it literally just feels like there's something inside, and it's like imagine like a ball that has like 1,000 needles like going like that, and then they're all pushing in at the same time.
That sounds pleasant. Hottie gives this history order says, why are we looking at a mediocre actress? Also, hi, because Brie Larson is my feminist guru, and she's such an inspiration on International Women's Day. So we're watching the video that she made for International Women's Day, and your challenge, guys, is to identify the charity that she's raising money for. Spoiler alert, she hasn't said it yet. Russell Hall says, Henry Cavill's take on Anna identifying as his boyfriend is, please stop trying to peep in my windows and hands where I can see them.
You know, I just want to say, not to my own horn, but I think I have enough self-confidence that I don't think Henry Cavill would mind. Because I've noticed that when I'm creepy, like, especially like with Peaches, like I do some creepy fucking shit and he thinks it's cute. So I'm like, maybe I don't know, maybe Henry would find it endearing. But like you want to hear something creepy, Jesse? So Peaches like wore this shirt, and I knew it because I'm one of those girls, which we all kind of do this sometimes, but I had like stalked the shit out of him like on the internets before we started dating and whatnot. And so it's like, and I told him, I'm like, oh yeah, when he's telling a story, sometimes I'll correct him on the name of the people in the stories, because I'm like, yeah, I know, I stalked the shit out of you. I know that. I'm like, because he'll say like, oh yeah, I like went to Santa Barbara with my friends, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen those pictures, so I know every single one of the friends, and then I know like they're connecting friends to you because I did the whole Facebook stalking years ago. And so he wore this shirt, and I'm like, I haven't seen that shirt. Like, you haven't worn that shirt in like since 2015, and that was before we started dating. So I'm like, well, you haven't worn that shirt in like what, over like 6 years now? It was. Did I just get my math wrong? But and he's just like, how do you know that? And I'm like, oh, I kind of went down the rabbit hole and I stalked the shit out of you. I'm like, that's the show that you wore in that profile picture back in this year of that with, and these are the people that were in that picture with you when you were wearing that shirt. That's how weird I am. He finds it cute. So I would like to think that Henry Cavill would find my obsessiveness cute as well.
Yeah, totally. Greg Kirby says, I can speak Klingon. Put that on your resume. And by the way, that smile of Brie Larson reminds me of Jack's Joker smile. That's pretty creepy. Matt G says, Anna, Code Red Mountain Dew will clear that up. Cecil says, just tuned in. Go to the doctor, you wacko.
No. Okay, I'm looking at Human Anatomy, George, which I feel like I kind of failed because I did take an anatomy class. I've taken many anatomy classes, but it's all drawing. So I actually got to go look at a dead person, Jesse, and like when they're all open and like you draw their insides. It's very weird, but the weirdest part of it is that it's like you don't get to see a person's face. It's like you literally look at like the cadavers that they use for science, and the person had no head, no arms, or no legs.
Yeah. So you know the thing about their bodies is residents or medical students rather that are doing those anatomy classes, they get one cadaver for that class. And they got to keep it. So they're taking it out of the fridge and putting it back in and cutting it up and sewing it back together and stuff. And if you let it get rank, if you don't take good care of it and that shit gets rank, you are working on a rotting body for the rest of your class. I know this because 3 of my friends went to med school. Yep.
Okay, so
Cecil says, cue the psycho music.
It's my stomach. According to this anatomy chart, which I could be surprised by.
Yes, that's where stomachs are. So maybe you haven't eaten. Maybe it's when you haven't eaten in like a ridiculous amount of hours and it's the feeling of your stomach trying desperately to digest something. That's what that pin's
You
pushing
know what?
in.
That actually probably makes more sense because
Yeah.
I've only ever eaten like once a day.
Yeah, that's
So-
probably the feeling of being hungry.
No, because hungry is a different feeling. But I
No,
don't feel
okay.
hungry, but my body isn't.
That is the feeling of your body telling you need to eat to live.
Okay. Well, conveniently, I have these hostess cupcakes. So here we go.
Russell Hall says a normal human anatomy chart is useless for Anna.
That actually is true.
Oh,
Majority of the time.
Cecil, if you're still around, I was realizing I had my friend on. He's a comedian. I had him on my channel last night, and I was realizing that he's just the gay version of you. And now I really, really want to get the two of you on a show together because I really want to see who's going to have trouble keeping up with whom. So I know you're like off Twitter and whatnot. So how do I get a hold of you? Because you and
She's back
Matt-
on Twitter.
What? You're back on Twitter now? Okay, good. Cool. So Cecil, you should, yes, let me know if and when you can do this because you guys will get along so well. It'll be amazing. All right, and let's all right. I'm like keep reading super chats as they pop up so I can avoid. Did I read the one from Russell Hall? Normal human anatomy chart is useless for Anna. I think I did.
Yes.
Which is accurate because I'm trying to avoid going back to Brie. Greg Kirby says, "Hey Anna, want to tell me how Geode Iraq flies a spaceship?"
The creators don't even know.
Has anyone figured this out? Has anyone figured?
I'm gonna go with he's either got force abilities or he's telekinesis, which is basically a force ability. But
Yeah, essentially. Seeing a dead body part of an art degree program? Says Nat G.
I took advanced anatomy in college, and so in the advanced anatomy college, you get to go to a place where they have cadavers, and you get to draw them.
How was that experience overall?
I'm gonna be honest. I was really, really high.
Yeah.
And I didn't get high very often, but I know that the smell that they use there, because I've had to go to like a morgue before, the smell of the chemicals that they use make me really sick. And so one of my friends who had taken the class already, they said, if you get high, you won't, it'll, I don't know, counteract that. So my friend gave me some edibles before I went. My drawings, I thought, turned out fantastic, though. So thank you to that. And turns out I just drew a bunch of dots, so it was a waste of my day.
So Cecil, this is Max Ziegfeld. He is way gayer than you could ever hope to try to be. You like women way too much to be the gay version of you. Trust me, this is the gay version of you, and you guys need to meet. It'll be magic. It'll be magic. Anyway, all right. I've stalled for too long.
Back to Brie.
Back to Brie.
Oh, joy.
Where even is it? Is it this one?
Did you lose your tab?
My tab, like there's one blank tab, and I don't know if that's the one. I think that's the one I want, but it's just showing up as a blank tab to share. There it is. Okay. Ta-da! Okay. Okay. So where were we? Listen here. Okay. What? Oh, right. She was telling you to go congratulate women today. Any woman that you see, go congratulate them because it's just not easy to be a woman. This is such a difficult decision that we've made. Yes, I am trying to set you guys up. I think you guys will make magic. It'll be delightful.
You know what's sad, Jesse, was I just was thinking while you were looking for this. I'm like, okay, so she is like the bestest ever, right? But so she posts like this is like a 5-minute video.
Yep.
It's 40,000 views. Henry Cavill posts like a 3-second clip of him running, and you only see like, because he's running through like the wilderness, and you just hear him breathing, and then he turns around the camera to smile and say hi, and it's like a 10-second clip, if that. gets millions of fucking views.
And
Nobody cares about Brie Larson.
5 minutes to raise money for charity, no less. And she
A charity
can't
that she hasn't even said. So play it.
Exactly.
Let's see if we can find out what the damn charity is.
find out what charity she's raising. We're talking about all.
Congratulate them today. It's not an easy path, and it takes a lot of us to
There's
make
an
up
echo.
whatever that word means.
No, it doesn't. It takes one of us being a woman to make up what that word means, actually. Because if I'm a woman, then I'm a woman. The end. Done. Also, guys, make sure you back Stealing Solo. Once we hit 500 backers, a Mecha Random magnet is unlocked for everybody. So there's a link in the chat. Have to pimp that all the time. Okay.
Here has sucked for me. The thing that has kept my feet on the ground.
There's an echo.
Oh shit, sorry. Let me also take off these stupid captions.
Wisdom and conversations that I've had with the other people that identify as women that are in my life. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different today. Woo! This video.
So she wants to. At what point, like, do the women start to become slighted by all this identify as women bullshit? Like, I'm sorry.
I already am slighted.
I'm like, what do I get for being a fucking woman? Like, all you had to do to identify as a woman was wake up and go, I feel like a woman today. Like, I actually am one. I don't get to choose not to be on a fucking whim. So where's my goddamn prize?
We don't get any.
No, we don't even count anymore.
No. Then we have to like jump through hoops for stupid shit. And it's like, oh my God, I thought women was like hashtag me too. Yes, queen. Yes, women forever. But then like actual women, it's like, well, no, you got to do this, and this, because guess what? You were born as a woman. So you have to be apologetic to those women that identify as women that weren't born as women. So you have to be apologetic to them because blah, 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 blah. And it's like, when are we going to stop catering to people that we don't even fucking know? It's like, it's one thing if it's, you know, somebody that I know personally and they're going through something and I'm catering to them because I genuinely care about them. It's like, you want me to cater to a bunch of strangers that I will never meet. I will never have any contact with them whatsoever. Like, you know, and I'm just like, this is so fucking stupid. I could go on and on, but
Oh, please, by all means do. I'm enjoying it. It really is. It's exactly this business of like, what, you deserve a medal for 50% of the human beings in the world deserve a medal just for waking up and existing? Like, it's exactly like you said. Deal with it on an individual basis, not, oh, every woman. If you know a woman who's had a particular struggle being a woman, then great, honor them at International Women's Day. But like every woman on the street, oh my God, thank you. I know it's so hard. Thank you for helping us all define what being a woman means together. Fuck you, Brie. So she said, let's do something a little different today. That different thing. What do you think that different thing? Now, do you think now is the time where she's going to talk about how instead of focusing all about her and her life and what makes her so special, how she actually wants to give back and give to charity? Do you think she's going to dedicate some time now to talking about the charity?
I doubt it.
Let's find out.
As a female, happy day.
Why did you go back? I don't want to hear this again.
Echo, Jesse. Echo.
Hold on, let me
using the word woman. Congratulate them.
Sorry,
Jesse, why don't I share it so there's an echo for you?
Yeah, sorry. It's honestly like I was sitting there.
Just stop it. I'll go get it.
Hannah, while you were saying echo, I was pushing the pause button over and over again and it wasn't pausing. So yes, please take control of the reins here because I don't know what the fuck is going on with my computer, but literally pause. It's not pausing.
And I'm gonna blame you for having this on my search history now.
Let me try it one more time. Let me see.
No, it's okay. I got it.
I have a mute button on my mic. I have a mute button on my mic, so it's no problem for me to mute it as long as it's just not gonna, as long as it's gonna let me load. Let's see.
Someone who identifies as a female, or a lot of us to make up whatever that word means. This last year has sucked for me. The thing that has kept my feet on the ground have been the incredible wisdom and conversations that I've had today.
Oh God.
This video is actually going to be a little compilation of the incredible women that I know both professionally and personally who have come together to answer the question, what advice would you give your younger self?
Okay, so what are we raising money for? Or we don't even know that we are raising money yet. So we're gonna do a lovely compilation of these lovely women she's had the privilege of knowing. What's the fundraiser part? There's a little thing that says fundraiser at the bottom. You saw that, right? I saw that.
But I think everyone can see it, but I have no idea what the fundraiser is for.
I'm real confused. I'm sure it's coming soon though, right? It has to be.
Gee, so much love today. Here it is.
If I could give my younger self one piece of advice, I would probably tell her to accept being weird and being a nerd and being passionate about very different things that her friends might be, because being a nerd is really cool. And also those are the things that connect you to other people.
I would tell my younger.
So that was an example of a fake geek girl, everyone.
I feel super inspired. Oh my God. You're a gymnast, lady. That means you were pimped out in a gymnasium for, to do your sports shit. And that's the thing. When you hear something like that, like I would tell myself to don't be afraid to be a nerd, because being a nerd is cool. That sounds like to me is you were probably one of those popular girl sellouts in high school who tormented girls like me. And now that you feel like it's okay to like this stuff, you feel even more emboldened to torment people like me, because you still like torturing people who are different from you. But now you're taking the thing that used to actually be special to me. Thanks, lady. So nice.
Well, it sounds like somebody that just, and here's the thing. I've said this multiple times. It's like, I don't care if, because I feel like there's a big stigma. It's like, oh, you've had to have liked it for a long time. It's like, no, like there's plenty of times where it's like, oh my gosh, like I want to get somebody into like a show. Like for you with me, it's like, I haven't watched Firefly, you haven't watched Clone Wars, and I've been pestering you to watch the Clone Wars, and you've been pestering me to watch Firefly. And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, if you watch it and it's like you just discovered it and you are like, oh my God, where has this been all my life? And you're interested. That's completely different. And I feel like somebody's like, Anna, people are allowed to get into things whenever. And I'm like, I've never said that they aren't. My problem with it is when people pretend to be in it because it's popular. Yeah. I feel like I think Game of Thrones is actually the one that changed it. Because I feel like that's actually when we saw it start more. And then for whatever reason, now it's like trendy for people to like anime. Even though I remember you had to be a pretty big fucking dork to like anime, and people wouldn't talk about it at like school and stuff because you would get,
it was the nerd kid thing. Oh yeah. It was like I was a total outcast, and the anime kids were even weird by my standards. I had a lot of them were friends too, but it was, that was not considered a, and that, so I think what it gets to me, it's not just about like when you get into it exactly, but also how you relate to it. Like if you're real about it, cool. But also, even if you do legitimately like it, maybe it does speak to you in a way that's different than it spoke to people in the past. That's fine. Power to you. Don't start telling other people why they're wrong, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's like what you like, don't like what you don't like. That was like, my high school, forget it. It was like even the not cool kids had their cliques, and which was such bullshit. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you all experience being told if that's really true, if you really have been bullied, have been ostracized, and you found this wonderful thing that's cool and that's nerdy that you like and relate to and respond to, why would you then want to turn around and make other people feel shitty for not responding to it the way you do? Like, aren't you just being the thing that you claim that everyone else did to you? Yeah, you are. Also, I'd rather this chick play Captain Marvel than Brie Larson.
I was just about to say, she, like, her eyes are really captivating.
Right? They're like really very intense. And she's an athlete, so she's actually tough.
Yourself, definitely never take it personal, because it's not personal. And if you're coming from a loving place, be as big as you can be, contribute, participate, never apologize for that. And remember, don't spend a lot of time trying to please everybody, because it's simply not.
I like her.
I like her a lot.
That was more Captain Marvel than we've seen ever from Brie Larson. That lady should be Captain Marvel.
Right? I'm like, cast her. Goddamn. I was like, yeah, athletes have to do real things. They can't, in the most cases, can't cheat their way to the top. Tom Brady.
One thing that I love about athletes, especially when you get professional ones, not, the divas or the drama queens, athletes learn to not take things personally. It's like, okay, I didn't win that race. It didn't mean I didn't do my all. It just meant that person was, better than me at that, and I have to train harder. I love that mindset that athletes have, or it's professional athletes, not the, not the divas. They're like,
it wasn't handed to me. No, exactly. That's I learned that in fencing. I mean, it's if you take shit personally, you're not going to make it. It's rough. You're not always going to win. Even when you do your absolute best, you might not win. And
well, see, that's one of the things that I think athletes understand. It's like, okay, well, I might have been off my game a little bit, and this person just is like more skilled than me, so I have to build up my skill. And so it's not like they're blaming the other person. It's you know that it's the only thing that's restricting you is you. And so that's why it's like when you think about stuff like that, I mean, you don't go blame the other person because you lost, unless they cheated. That's completely different. But it's like if you're fencing with somebody, your biggest restriction is yourself.
Oh, my Tone, I know that. I think I wrote my college entrance essay about my struggles with that. Alexander the Great says Geode should be Captain Marvel. He'd probably be more interesting.
Oh my God, probably would.
Let's hit a couple of these super chats before we get into this amazing advice. I know it's like so amazing, but like, all right, let's.
Well, that one lady was good.
Shit, that was. I was like, man, if more people were like, can she have a YouTube channel? Because I would watch that well over any of this stuff. Okay, where were we? Let me just make sure I can find where we are. All right, Macy Van Dusen, thank you for the super chat. That rock is from the same intelligence seen in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, right. Ha.
That rock is claiming to be.
That rock is
Did
trying
you know,
to be.
Jesse, that rock already has its own Twitter account?
What?
Well, it's a fan, or the rock. Somebody is impersonating the rock on Twitter, and they're really fucking funny.
I love it.
Yeah, everyone go follow Geode on Twitter.
Oh my God, yes. I'm going to do it right now.
Their tweets get more interaction than the Disney tweets.
I'm not surprised. They're probably better. Oh my God, Geode, yes. All right, I'll find you after. We have, all right, super chats. And thank you for all the likes, guys. We are over 100 likes already. Awesome. Russell Hall says, I agree. Let's make it a Peaches Eiffel Tower. I'm not entirely.
Russell Hall, get your mind out of the gutter.
Sure. Wow. How you came to that conclusion, but that's between you.
It's a sex position.
What?
It's a sex position.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I didn't know how we came to that conclusion that you guys were doing that. But that's between you. I say that's between you.
I know Russell Hall well enough at this point.
That's between the three of you guys. Greg Kirby says it's not easy being a man either. You get Karen just asking a simple question: are you single? No,
you actually do now. It's bad.
It sucks. It's like when this all started, at the very beginning, when it was a lot of guys bitching, I can't say anything to a woman now, or they're just going to sell sexual harassment. And that actually is what happened. That's what fucking happens. Every time a guy's like, excuse me, you look nice today, some woman wants to go, hey, you're such a misogynistic pig. Like, get over yourselves, people.
Well, see, that's what drives me crazy. It's like, I'm a total girly girl. I like it when a guy is chivalrous. I like it when the door is open for me. I mean, and now bitches be ruining that. And I'm like, okay, not only do I just like it, but I'm like, I'm little and shit is heavy. Sometimes it's nice when a grown-up opens the door for you. Sometimes it's nice, especially when they're really heavy at the bank.
On at least 2 different occasions now, sweet old ladies have asked Jeff to reach something from the top shelf at the grocery store. It's adorable. Aww. It's adorable every time it happens. Hottikis' History Corner says, can we see a Brie weighs as much as a duck? Burn the witch! I agree. Ooh, this is good. Russell Hall says, which character should Brie Larson play in a live-action redo of Healer slasher fic? I'm reserving judgment until we see what happens to Blade Hero.
Yeah, I want to see what happens to, Norn? Yeah, Princess Norn. But yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Someone in the chat said, "Do not insult anime, Anna." No one was insulting anime.
I wasn't insulting. I was saying that you wouldn't like people. I remember when I was younger, it's like you couldn't say that you watched anime because then you were like you were more than a nerd or a geek or a dork.
There was a certain type of nerd that was an anime nerd that was looked at as different from the other nerds and treated as lesser than and weirder than. And many people who were into anime had nothing to do with those types of people. But you couldn't be. That was like the same thing too. It was like, in my high school, one of the reasons why even the kids who were, dealing with their sexuality and whatnot didn't go join the Gay Straight Alliance because the Gay Straight Alliance was full of weird kids who drew mustaches on their face and called themselves trans. So it was weird. Identity was such a weird thing back then where like it meant so much more in high school to people at that time, but then we all grew out of it. And then now it feels like all of those things in high school that meant so much about whether you were a geek or a jock or a prep or a this or a that. Like now all of those things, for some reason, all of our peers just never got over that shit in high school and wanted to bring all that into the real world.
Well, it's weird because I was not I don't know what I would have to ask somebody that I never talked to in high school that just went to high school with me what group I was in. But it's like I played sports. I had other friends that played sports. I was never the best. Like I'm not like, oh, Anna's like the best athlete ever. It's like I think I did okay, but it was more I wasn't really trying. It was just I'm doing this because it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the best track runner. I'm not trying to be the best of this.
Yeah.
I'm having fun and I have a game. Okay, I'll give it my all, but I haven't been training as hard as the other people. What? Because I'm not trying to get a scholarship or anything. But I did other things too. So it's like, but there are those like it was kind of the jocks that were, or at least the girl jocks. I don't really think the guy jocks paid too much attention, but they definitely have like little cliques and stuff.
Yeah. And everyone's like, I talked to some people who certain schools, they were like, yeah, it really wasn't cliquey at all. And I'm like, lucky you. My high school was basically Mean Girls. So everyone kind of experienced it to a different extent, but everyone kind of goes with everyone. Like goes with like. Thank you for the super sticker, Macy. It is a drum roll. Wait for it. A kitty, a black cat. She pancake. Yeah, it's a little pancake. Russell Hall says Geode supposedly identifies as male, but I don't see any rocky outcroppings, and several of those crevices look suspicious. Confirmed, Russell Hall is geosexual. That'll be a new thing, I'm sure. We should get that actually trend. Oh my god, can we create a fake group of like a fake fan club for Geode of people who are geosexual?
Oh god!
We should make
people
that
are sexually attracted to rocks.
We should definitely.
I feel like there's probably that, and then they're gonna call us phobic towards that.
Oh my god, please! I don't care. They can call me phobic if they want to. We'll be convincing. We'll convincingly identify as geosexuals. We'll dress ourselves in misshapen gray potato sacks. It'll be great.
Oh god!
How do you get this recorded? Yeah, it says
costumes.
Sorry, you broke up there. What was that?
I said we'll be wearing Rose Tico costumes with the gray potato sacks.
That's probably how they're doing Geode. There'll be no special effects, no crazy, prop build or anything like that. They're just gonna take Rose Tico's potato sack, paint it gray, and put it on a new actor. It's perfect. Then that's how they'll bring Geode to live action in the next iteration of Star Wars films.
Oh yay!
It'll be perfect. You realize Geode is the future of Star Wars, right? He will probably be the center of the next live action series or movie.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to demand it from Disney. I really think we should do that. I think we should make a fake psycho cult for Geode where we're all want to bang this rock and think he's the greatest thing and should be the main. We should start a petition to have him get his own movie. I need to see Geode in live action. The written word is not enough for this beautiful creature. The drawn image will not do him justice. Hawking's history corner says, I almost feel like it's one thing they have. It's the one thing they have, and so they obsess over it. I don't get it. I'm me, and me is a bunch of things, mostly nerdy things. No, exactly. It's like, oh, well, I'm a nerd. That's what makes me special. Well, what does that mean to you? It means I'm a nerd and it's what makes me special. Well, can you elaborate? Well, it's what makes me special. Yes, we've covered that ground. Anything else? Well, I'm a nerd. Yes. Well, what makes you a nerd? Well, I'm a nerd. Cool. Anything else? Yes, that's what makes me special. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So congratulations. A lot of people are nerds.
A lot of people are nerds. It's the same thing like Jeff always says, like, you're gay. That's like when people ask him, will you have a gay person on your show? Well, the answer is, I don't know. What else do they bring to the table? Because if I'm gay is the most interesting thing about you, it doesn't sound like you're all that interesting. But if you're a gay person who happens to be really knowledgeable on a topic that fits the show, well, then it ain't no problem who you bang. It has nothing to do with your contribution to the show.
Well, it's also like just with friends. It's like I don't become friends with somebody because of their sexuality or their ethnicity. I become friends with someone because of common interest and because we get along well. Like I remember when we met, and I tell this story all the time. I'm like, we hung out for like a couple hours. We did a live stream, and then as I was leaving, I saw a menorah in your background, and I'm like, "You're Jewish?"
I love that.
Yep. You know, and you're like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like. And then I commented, I'm like, because I've never really met many Jewish people. So I'm like, I didn't I've never seen a blonde hair, blue-eyed Jew before.
We're very secretive. We stay hush hush. We're not accepted by the rest of them. It's Caesar Jorpin. Thank you, Cesario Japan, for joining us. Caesar Jorpin. The important question: does geode identify as sedimentary, metamorphic, or igneous? And are there other rock types in the Star Wars galaxy that we have made? Honestly, there aren't. Not in this Star Wars galaxy, since they can't even invent new animals now in the Star Wars universe.
No new aliens, guys. By the way, it's just fucking rocks.
Just fucking rocks. So I doubt they've thought that far. Which, if you did think that far, could be a fun sci-fi concept. If you know the difference between those types of rocks and their different properties, you can maximize those to the rock character's advantages. But why would you ever do that when you could just go, look, it's a rock. We're so clever. We made it a rock. Why is that clever? I don't know. It just is. It sounds a lot like a conversation we have with someone about what makes them special. It's all that is. It's these circular tautological arguments that don't mean anything. All right. So let's see what Justina Omok. So of course we have to make sure that we get enough women of color in here. So far we've got 2. We're gonna keep a tally.
Well, that's her friend from the last time where they had a conversation.
Oh right, she was the one we had a conversation with. The one where they had a conversation about having a conversation about race. I forgot about that. What an enlightening conversation to learn how to talking about race. Let's continue.
Which are the things that you're passionate about, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else? Never allow anyone to dim your light. Shine on and shine bright. Hold on to the things that sing to your soul and make you feel warm, that speak to you in an octave that is pleasant to your spirit. Remember that there is no greater and more important love than the love you give yourself.
You're going to be. So she just read all of those off of one of those like inspirational quote walls, right?
I think so.
Because it didn't even sound like she was saying it from her heart or anything. It just kind of sounded like she was like, it looked like she was reading it. Point 1, clip. Great, good one. Search up new inspirational quote. Ooh, that one sounds beautiful. Listen to the music of your soul. Yeah, that sounds great. Next one. Oh my God. Speaking of inspiration, that reminds me of the greatest thing that happened today.
Oh my God.
So my little tiny fencer, right? My little 10-year-old, she's 10, by the way. I'm teaching her a lesson and I'm explaining something about distance. And I'm explaining how you're only focusing on the distance in between us right now. You're forgetting about the distance behind you. When you're on a fencing strip, you have to be aware of the distance between you and your opponent. If you're going backwards, you got to be aware of how much space you have left on the strip behind you. If you're going forwards, you got to be aware of how much strip is left behind your opponent. So I was explaining how when you focus on one of those things, you miss the value of the other ones. And she said, oh, it's like this inspirational essay I had to write for school, where I talked about how everyone lives in their own world, but there's a much bigger world out there. And when you start to get that perspective, it totally changes the way you look at things. And I was like, oh my God, for a 10-year-old, that's really, really insightful. And I was like, wow, Jolene, that's really impressive. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. It sounds like it was a really great essay. And then she goes, yeah, but writing those inspirational essays always makes me want to throw up. And I was like, Oh my God, can I adopt you? If my children can be half as cool as you are, I will be thrilled. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God. Because I'm sitting here being blown away by the perspective that this kid has. Not only does this kid have this perspective, she's already jaded about it. Like, God damn, I don't even know if I was that jaded when I was 10. Nice.
No, she's over it because that's the thing. They're trying to shove all this shit down these kids' mouth or like throats and stuff. It's like you obviously don't have children, so you don't understand. Kids rebel against that shit.
Yeah, they're smarter than that. They know more. They know more than the stuff you're pushing down their throat. That's why
my parents never tried to make me watch Star Wars or anything. I learned, I wanted to spend time with my parents. Oh, what is my dad like? Oh, my dad likes to watch Star Trek. So if I turn on Star Trek, my dad will sit down and watch it with me, Mm-hmm. My dad's already done it plenty of times. He's not going to sit down and watch Cinderella with me again. If I wanted to spend time with my mom, I turned on Mulan and my mom would stop and watch it with me.
Yep. That's how it goes. You just learn things. It's like having intelligence and understanding how to interact with people. All it really takes is a modicum of social intelligence.
Well, it's interesting. They don't interact with people.
No, but I'm so glad that Brie got so many amazing women of color to speak so that she would seem a little bit more of an authority on women because obviously, yeah, that's what's up. So what does Kia Brown have to say? What do you have to say?
Be okay. I know it seems simple, but what I needed to know most, specifically in my high school years, college years, and middle school years, is that I was going to be okay.
That one's really sweet, but it's also one of those like, I just like that one. That one's a sweet one. And it was hard. Like you could hear it in her voice. It was like heartfelt. It's one of those like, is that really helpful advice? I mean, like, no, yeah, I actually needed to hear that a lot going through those things. But she really took a very short amount of time to say something that clearly impacted her. Where is the feeling like Brie wants to be this relatable, every person talk about my childhood. Oh, we struggled. Oh, we lived in this little apartment. #relatable. Where is the struggle when she reflects? Like that woman, literally, what was that? Like a 5-second clip where she talked about just literally, I would tell myself it was going to be okay. It was hard, but it was going to be okay. Had more heart in it than anything Brie Larson's ever done.
Well, that's not hard to do.
It really ain't.
Could give my younger self one piece of advice, that would be to stay strong, to know that not everyone is judging you, not everyone is out to get you or will hurt you. You have a strong mother, a strong example in front of you of what it is to persevere against a lot of odds and to believe in the journey that is set out for you. Take it one day at a time.
One thing.
That was another lovely one. I liked all that. That's really nice things she's saying. Like and all those things is, great advice that Brie maybe should listen to.
I know, right? That's all I'm thinking is like, why doesn't Brie take this advice?
Right? Oh, you don't need to worry about the judgments of others. You don't need to be focused on all of that stuff. Oh, wow.
Thank you very much.
Right? Like, wow, maybe you should, like, you solicited all of these people where I'm looking at this now that we've seen it. Susan Wojcicki looks like an older, uglier version of the
Susan
Wojcik. Okay, I always feel like I always add an extra I, like Wojcik. Susan Wojcik. Fuck it up. She looks like an older, wrinklier version of the volleyball player from earlier.
Oh my gosh,
doesn't she? All right, let's get her over with because I hate her.
Thing that I would tell my younger self is just to enjoy the journey, to believe in myself, to do things that are meaningful and that you think can make a difference. And that's advice that I still follow today.
My advice. I feel personally attacked that the CEO of YouTube just handheld shot that on a phone with no cuts. Like, bitch, you put the iron foot on all of the rest of us.
Well, it's not content for her.
Of course, of course, it's not for her. So who cares? I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'll just clip out hair. Like, fuck you. I just do a little video. Fuck you, Susan. You don't deserve to make videos on this goddamn platform. You just try to dick the rest of us over. I think I dislike her more than Kathleen Kennedy at this point because, like, all right, damage done, but like Susan Wojcik has a consistent negative impact on my day-to-day life. So
Yeah.
fuck that woman.
Susan Wojcik hates all of us except for people that are like has-beens that don't even like
her beret. But I mean, this, like, to me though, that just corroborates exactly everything we've been saying about Brie Larson's channel. You know, it's a handout. She's gotten the bump, she's gotten the padding, she's gotten the protection, she's gotten all these free gimmies that, you know, and maybe this is an example, right? Maybe because Susan's in this video, maybe that YouTube can't, for legal reasons, can't pimp it the way that they would pimp out their other videos, can't give it that same padding and boost. Maybe that's the reason why, oh, she can still get 200,000 views on this and 200,000 views on that. But this one, 40,000. I mean, it's not outside it probably is somewhere in the YouTube terms of service that, you know, YouTube cannot internally advertise or this or that, any video in which, you know, employees of YouTube appear. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of, if those clauses exist.
they wouldn't follow that.
What?
They wouldn't follow it.
They'd have to. With something this visible, they'd have to. That's what I'm saying, is this could be the reason that this video is has gotten even shittier views than all of her other ones, because they can't, per their probably own algorithm, even can't pimp it. So that so it's like, yeah, you can either get me for this video or this video can do well. So this maybe 40,000 views in a day, and we'll see how this fundraiser is doing at the end, which, by the way, she still hasn't mentioned. Still has not been mentioned. This video is a fundraiser video, has not mentioned the fundraiser yet. Maybe this is what the attention Brie actually gets without help from the establishment. All right, let's say now. I'm really glad that she found all of these women of color to make her so much more legitimate. I just want to reiterate that. It's very noticeable, Brie. You did a good job. Your virtue signal is apparent.
Advice to my younger self would be slow down, find balance, and your career is for you to enjoy.
The only goal you can accomplish is the one you don't go after.
Exhale, be kinder to yourself, relax, take it easy, drop those shoulders down, because the universe has your back and you are going to be okay.
So this is now just becoming one of those, like, literally this video is just that inspirational quote poster.
It really is.
Like, the past, every time you and I get into a serious conversation, we cut deeper than this. Every time I have conversations with women on my chat, I've had Mary on my channel recently, I've had Jedi Bunny, I've had Sweet Peon recently, you know, all these wonderful women. Every time we come together, our conversations cut deeper than this without even trying, without even sitting down to go, let's talk about what it means to be a woman and what my experience has been. The only one of these so far that cut deeper than, like, you know, Cliff's Notes inspiration to me was that woman, just because her voice was quavering when she was talking, and you can actually hear how there was a story. I wanted to know more about her story. Huh?
Yeah. How, like, she was actually in pain.
Exactly. I was like, oh shit, you went through shit. Make a video about her, because her story has pain in it. Her story has growth in it. Her story is probably really inspirational. Instead, we get 2 seconds of her saying, I would tell myself to feel better. You know, I would tell myself it would be okay. Which is like, it's cookie cutter women. The way that, you know, the way Brie Larson, the way that makes Brie Larson feel good and not threatened.
Hashtag let yes queen slay.
Exactly. Oh my God. Yes. Yes for that collagen, Camilla.
Trust your own instincts. I think that I spent a lot of time and energy worrying about other people's opinions about what I should be doing or the direction I should be going in. And when I finally let go of that, it was very freeing.
Do a lot of these women look like they're reading off a script?
Yeah, I think that they were asked to do it, and so I don't think that they were given scripts. I think what it is that they knew, oh, I'm going to be having a clip on Brie Larson's channel, and so they were asked, oh, well, I get one thing to say, and so they memorized it beforehand because they don't want to fuck it up.
What I'm saying is some of them sound like they're doing that. Some of them sound like they've thought of their answer and they've memorized it and they're giving it, or maybe they're reading off of something that they've written. Other ones like that last one and a couple of them don't sound like it's their words, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe, I mean, possible, like, hey, can you participate in this video? Oh, I don't really know what to say. Okay, here, just read this. That wouldn't surprise me. You know, it's the kind of thing where it's maybe they offered everyone to write a few words. Oh, but if you can't think of anything, we'll just supply you with something. And so they said, yeah, I couldn't write anything. They just took a generic script and the however many hundreds of dollars they got paid to appear in this and read shit off a page.
I would tell my younger self that everything is going to be all right. Growing up as a trans woman, life definitely isn't easy. Things will be all right. I know things may not look like they'll be all right in the end, but you're going to be good. You're going to follow your passion. You're going to fall in love with sticking up for yourself and growing confidence. You're going to find the love of your life. You're going to have an amazing life filled with so much love, but most of all, joy. Joy that you are currently missing, but it's coming back.
My advice.
Well, there was another one from the heart. But yeah, let's take our token trans woman and bury her, you know.
Well, you know what's funny is she only recently came out as trans because I'll watch some of her eye makeup videos tutorials sometimes. And then I remember one thing, like she lost weight, right? So she used to be bigger and then she lost like 100 pounds and talking about that. But then I remember she said something, oh yeah, like what's something that people don't realize about you? And she's like, oh, I'm actually like over 6 feet tall. And I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then she did a video and it was like, I clicked on it because it looks super like it was clickbait, but it wasn't clickbait because she actually talked about what was in the thumbnail and title. It was just like, what is this? Because she's like, oh yeah, addressing rumors, but it's like, oh, the like dramatic thing. And she's like, oh yeah, rumors have been going around about this. And she's like, yeah, I don't want it to like. She's like, they're already starting. So she's like, I guess she's like, I would have liked to do this on my terms. But so she's like, I'm going to take this bad press and I'm going to make it on my terms. And she's like, yeah, I'm trans. It's not a big deal.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And good for Brie snapping up her moment in the sun and taking that publicity for this woman as a recent, you know, outed member of the trans community to use for her own, to prop up her own video. Good for you, Brie. That was really thoughtful of you.
Well, that was like over like 2 years ago though.
But it's still like it's so apparent what this is, you know. Oh, token trans person to be shoved in here at the appropriate moment. We didn't lead with her. No, we led with all of our women of color. Notice all the white chicks or the not obviously of color chicks were just sprinkled in a couple seconds in the middle. There's a lot more of them, but we just gave all the time at the front to women of color so we can make it seem like those are the ones that are more important. And because we know that, oh, it's a little bit edgier, we'll just shove the trans chick further down when we've got people already feeling things in the video, and then we'll virtue signal with that part. It's like, I have no, again, all these things, when I hear one that speaks to me, I'm like, I just feel like your voice is being stunted here. And the rest of them, I'm like, I just feel like you're just reading off fortune cookie advice.
Yeah, it's like you went on Pinterest and found like the advice section, you know?
Right? Ugh. Like for the ones who matter, I'm like, Brie, why aren't you taking your time to interview these women? All right.
Advice to my younger self would be not to worry too much about the things that don't make you feel good, whether that's people, things that you're not so good at, anything really. Just focus on the things that make you happy and the rest will all take care of itself.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm like so all about just doing things that feel good. Like if it doesn't feel good, then like forget it. Like drugs and alcohol and like, you know, throwing up in the morning to feel skinnier, do those things. Like don't ever do hard work or like apply yourself or like exercise. Oh my God, those things are like, don't make me feel good. Yeah.
Oh, what is this lady gonna say?
Not worry so much about the numbers. the years to not fear aging. I guess what I'm saying is, like, as you age, I feel like you get more fearless. It's a really, really wonderful, miraculous adventure.
Oh, I guess I.
So, I'm not surprised why Brie Larson has already had so much work done, even by the time she was in her early 20s. Yeah, and I'm not surprised hearing that too. Wow. Oh, Hollywood mom who's afraid of aging. Wow. Amazing. She had
Well, it's
no
like
idea.
it's so obvious. She's gotten like, well, the one thing that she hasn't gotten is Botox, which, I mean, here's the thing, I'll look at like photographs of these people, like when I'm or when I'm doing my thumbnails for videos, and I try to find a really high definition photo. Because it's so far out, you don't see Brie's wrinkles, but if you actually look at a photo of her, I'm like, girl, you've been doing all of this for your acting career, and you wrinkle your forehead so much, and she has some deep lines. And like, if they get like a crystal clear view on you, they got to be, photoshopping that shit out,
You know
because
what?
she's got some intense forehead wrinkles already. And I'm just like, okay, you've gotten a boob job, you've gotten your nose done, and you've gotten like something done to your jawline. Why didn't you get Botox? Like, that's the one thing that I think you probably should invest in if you're going to be an actress like her, where you're relying on your youth, not your talent.
You know why she has the head wrinkles, though? It's clear. One of the big things that she got done with her work was she had her eyes lifted. They're opened more, right? Because she had those lower. So clearly, that's something she's insecure about, is having smaller eyes or lidded or sleepy looking eyes. So I think that's partially why she always makes this. She always has her like eyebrows stuffed up into her forehead like that to try to make her eyes look bigger, but that furrows the crap out of her brow and causes those wrinkles. It's this.
Well, you can still do that and have Botox to where it doesn't. The only reason I know this is because I have a friend that she's a nurse that does
I'm not
that.
disagreeing with any of that. I'm saying just that's where she got the lines from. And no matter how much Botox she gets, she's gonna keep furrowing that brow like that and fucking it up because she can't not have her eyes all open, all crazy like. So she wants to soak Katana's eyes. Yeah, that's probably why she was so desperate to play her.
Well, and you can tell the difference. Like, her eyes were super squinty. And I mean, honestly, I think she looked I mean, I don't think, take out her shitty personality, I don't think Brie looks particularly bad. I think it's her personality that makes her look worse, because when I watched that, her accepting the Oscar speech, and she's just like so humble, and she's thanking everyone in the cast, and she's like, oh, the people behind the scenes that don't get credit for anything. And I'm like, wow, she seems like a really nice person. And that humbleness about her made her prettier, if that makes sense. And now it's like, okay, well, your pretty face, that's not a real face. Well, I mean, it's real, it exists on this plane of existence, but that's not your natural face.
Yeah.
What you've done, you spent all this money trying to, get the Hollywood look, and then you just completely diminished it by having this fake shitty personality.
Right. And the funny thing is too, like, her look before had so much more warmth to it, and that warmth could still be there. I do think the specific work she had done removed some of that warmth. But yeah,
I think definitely in her eyes. I personally like her new nose better than her old nose. I think it's more but that's just because the artist in me, I'm like, I like the angles more, and the way that, like, in certain lighting and like certain like photographs that she's had taken of her for promotional material, I think it looks better as far as the angles and the way the shadows hit on her face with the new nose. But I think, yeah, it does definitely take away some of like that personality, which it's like, oh my God, Brie Larson had a personality at one point.
Once upon a time. Yeah, no, I think the old eyes had a lot more expressiveness to them. And again, like, if that warmth wasn't the personality, I think we'd see it reflect. The thing is, it's your personality physically changes your looks as well as our impression of them too, because based on the expressions your face makes, how often you frown or smile, it leaves lines and wrinkles and traces on your face that are visible when people look at you. So if you make grumpy, scary faces all the time, those lines stay there. If you smile a lot,
I think Cecil talked about this once, where it's like he had an Asian girlfriend for a while, and she came up to him at the bar, and she wanted to talk to him because he had the crow's feet from like the laugh lines, and she's like, oh, that's a thing. Like, women look for guys that have that because it means they like to laugh.
that's true. It's always a good indication. Jeff doesn't have any lines on his face because black don't crack. Let's hit some of these super chats before we hear Bree's answer. Oh my god.
I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Fair enough. Greg Kirby says, "Oh yeah, how do you guys feel about the Star Trek: The Next Generation reboot? You know they'll gender and race switch characters from the show. I refuse to acknowledge its existence. I will not watch it. I will not have anything to do with it. Please and thank you." Macy Van Dusen says, "Are you saying that Geode may be the cornerstone of the next movie?" Macy, if I didn't love you so much, man, you're lucky I do. Hottie gives this girl. Exactly. This kid writes impressive stuff. Also, this kid. My God, this shit is pretentious. Yeah, literally my fencer regarding her inspirational essay. It was amazing. Emily's here. I need a puking hat. I don't blame you. Oh, wait, here. While I'm reading super chats, let me just do this. Oh, no, I can't. It's in full screen. I can't scroll. Sorry. You're stuck with her. I'll make it go away soon. Don't worry. It's almost over. All right. Russell Hall says, "It looks like there may not be an official term for attraction to rocks, but in SJW lexicon, it's called geosexual. So Star Wars is now porn." There you go. I like it, Russell Hall. I'm glad you're on my side in all this. I feel like we should be friends because I feel like you and I are of the same mind of a lot of things, specifically about that one base point of our philosophy that says that rape can solve pretty much all of your problems. And finally, from Russell Hall, he says, we says, I can English. Vegans and vegetarians are like cheap soy milk left in the sun. It's the lack of collagen. The only thing that ages you faster is a diet of pure sugar. Well, Anna knows all about that. Kirby says Star Wars was porn in the 1990s. Well, I'm just reading the super chat, all right? I was just reading the super chat. That's all I can do. Macy Van Dusen, you may hate me for this, but I thought Brie was great in Kong Skull Island. Oh, I thought you were going to make a pun. Huh, that's not a bad. I was bracing for a pun. I'm like, no. This is actually a fairly popular opinion. Brie was great in Kong Skull Island. Her smile was really irritating. At least she smiled, for fuck's sake. No, it's popular opinion that she was either fine, good, or great, even in Kong Skull Island. And I've heard very few complaints about her. The worst I've heard someone say is she's fine in that movie. And like I said, I quite liked her in The Room. I'm curious going back to see how much now is how much range she actually displays in it, because while it's a good performance, I do think she as an actress is mostly limited in her range. That's like the biggest detriment to her as an actress. Joseph Yanovich, thank you for the super sticker. What do we got here? I can scroll. I can't actually. My YouTube is just being a jerk and not letting me do it. Ow! It's the Shiba Inu, and it says, "Good job. Thank you." And he's wearing a little robe, a little like maybe a gi. Maybe he's gonna fight us. I know you guys can see it, but I can't see it until I go into my back of house side of things. You guys can see it scrolling in the chat. Scrolling in the chat. So we're trying to get Stealing Solo right now to 500 backers, because at 500 backers, you get a Mecha Random 42 magnet. Everyone's getting the Cecil magnet now, the Mecha Random 42 magnet. Y'all voted. That's the next one to unlock. So, boom. There's the Indiegogo for Stealing Solo. So go back that project. Anna made the cover. It's awesome. Get it. Do it. Live it. Breathe it. Live it. Speaking of live it, actually. That's important. Let me get you that. So I'm on this new streaming site. I'll take a moment to pimp my new streaming site. Since I'm here, I'm on this wonderful new streaming site called LIVIT. It is a mobile-based site. So now you can you can interface with it through your computer. Although from what everybody has told me, it works better if you at least sign up mobily first. Even if you come back and operate it and do it, live it. Greg Kirby, live it. So, and here's the link to my profile right there. So click on that link, download the LIVIT app. Follow me there. I'm streaming 5 days a week now. I'm doing music, I'm singing, doing comedy, hanging out with the cats, talking about my fencing career, telling jokes, all this fun stuff. Social justice. Jesse makes appearances over there.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I was just pimping my LIVIT. So make sure you go check that out, download, follow. I'm doing most of my streaming based content over there now, because guess what? LIVIT also pays me now. I am officially a contracted LIVIT streamer now, Anna.
Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations!
Yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff in the mail.
Awesome. So go support me on LIVIT because they pay me fairly over there. YouTube stuff.
So, which one is it? Ah, awesome! I don't know if you've ever seen this, Jesse. So, you know how there's like really cheesy Hallmark movies?
Oh yeah.
Well, so I feel like back in, when was this, the 90s or the 80s? I feel like they actually used to be better because they actually tried. And so even though the special effects are kind of shitty, me and my sisters fucking loved this movie. And it's called like The Magic of the Magic Legend of Leprechauns.
What?
It's actually really good.
Sure.
Well, so it's where this guy, he's I don't know, he works for a company, but he scouts out locations for high-end like golf places for like really rich people so they can have like a high-end like seclusive resort. And so he goes to Ireland and he's trying to find like a beautiful place that's really like reclusive from the rest of the world. And he has to like rent a little tiny cottage, which just happens to be infested with a leprechaun's family. And then of course, like the neighbor chick is super hot and he like runs into her. But so not only are there leprechauns, so at first you think the movie's about this dude, but then the leprechaun who lives in his house has a teenage son, and so the leprechauns hate fairies, and the fairies are having a ball. And so the leprechaun teenage boys go and pretend to be fairies and go to the ball. And of course he falls in love with the princess at first sight. And so then there's this whole war between fairies and leprechauns. And Whoopi Goldberg is magically like the like leader of fate and reality and stuff. So they have to go ask her for help. And so it's a good movie.
Okay. Let's get really high and watch it sometime.
Well, so I wanted to have a St. Patrick's Day movie, and so I have it on VHS. Ooh. I don't have this movie on DVD, so I ordered it on Amazon, which I usually don't do because it's been plenty of times where I order a movie on Amazon and then it's like, oh, this is not for the region you live in.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
And so but I really like this movie. I highly recommend it if you just want a St. Patrick's Day movie that you watch once a year. It has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. It's just about leprechauns, but it's the Magic Legend of Leprechauns.
So next Wednesday, Anna, is St. Patty's Day.
I know. It's also Peach's birthday.
Oh, okay. Are we doing a matriarchy?
Oh, shit.
That's a question.
I will find out and get back to you.
Because if you can, that would be awesome.
I think I should be able to. I also got this.
Because we should just celebrate. I was going to say, if you can, we should just celebrate St. Patty's for a couple hours together.
Yeah, we can just get drunk.
Exactly.
I can make you watch the fucking leprechaun movie.
We could do that if you want to do a leprechaun movie watch party.
2 hours and 2 hours and 52 minutes.
If we can find
it. Jesse, it's not rated.
It's 3 hours and unrated. Holy shit. Okay.
Well, it's not unrated. It's not rated because I feel like unrated means it's like XXX or something like that, like bad.
Not necessarily. Unrated or not rated usually just mean it didn't.
Here, I'll read out the names of the actors for you. So Randy Quaid.
Angry Panda is from. Oh, Randy Quaid's in it. Angry Panda is familiar with the movie. He says he loves it. Still has good memories of it from childhood.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good movie. It's one of those Hallmark movies that's like, wow, you guys, it's actually really fucking creative the way that they build this world and like getting the humans involved. Like, because it's like, it's actually mainly about the leprechauns, but the way that they have the humans intertwined with it is actually really good too. And it's like, everyone learns a lesson. Everyone has a fucking character arc. It's actually a really good movie.
I'm sorry, Angry Panda. I just default because like literally, if you go to my analytics, like 98% of my viewers are male. So I'm sorry, Angry Panda. I apologize for fucking it up. Wait, what's this movie called again?
The Magical Legends of the Leprechauns.
The Magical Legends of the Leprechauns. I'm so on board.
And it's a Hallmark movie.
All right, so who else is in this movie?
So, well, actually, Chief O'Brien from Star Trek is in it. So Colin Meaney. Kieran Culkin. Yeah, Kieran Culkin.
Macaulay's brother.
Roger Daltrey.
Oh, Roger.
Caroline.
Wait, Roger.
Yeah, he's the king of the fairies. And then Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my God, what is this movie?
It's really fucking good.
Average panda. So we have an angry, hold on. We have an angry panda and an average panda in the chat. I'm very excited about this.
Well, I got this dusk organizer too, so if anyone cares, now you know.
Missy Van Dusen says it looked like Brie was trying to pull off a Julia Roberts smile, but her face isn't shaped right for that. Yeah, I could see that. It does kind of seem like she was going for that like sort of thin-lipped but really wide smile thing.
I think Julia Roberts is really pretty. I like her smile. I like people that have infectious smiles.
I do too. I really love her smile too. I think she's because she's one of those people who's like a little bit different looking, but in a way that it's like she's beautiful, but she has her own unique look. Like no one looks like her, you know.
I think there's some people that it's like, oh, like I get it all the time. They're like, you look just like this person. I'm like, I look nothing like that person, but because I have a very generic face shape and dark hair and dark features, so people think. They're like, oh, you look just like this. I'm like, we look not. Our facial features are completely different. But Julia Roberts, you can't say, oh, you know, she looks like this person. She literally has her own unique look.
I did personally think it's close. I always thought like, what's her face? I always feel like Jennifer Garner is like a generic knockoff of Julia Roberts.
She kind of is,
right?
I do like Jennifer Garner.
You say you did her.
She doesn't have like the wide mouth, but she has the same head shape.
She has like everything is the same. She's just kind of missing the mouth. Yeah.
But she has got a dimple though. So
true. Very true. That's kind of her thing. Where are it? So we had I'm trying to see what the stupid thicka was. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Just making sure I can see what see what the stupid thicka is. What it says. No, I missed it. I couldn't find it. Why is life so hard? Okay. Sorry. Why is life so difficult for me today? Because for some reason my computer's just running super slow. So every time I click, it's like being on old internet where you have to wait forever for things to load. So I'm like, scroll up to find the super chat. Wait for the.
Can I ask you guys? I need everyone's recommendation on a color scheme.
Ooh, good question.
If you guys want to take Jesse has. Oh no, share my screen.
Oh,
share me and my screen. Or if you can share all of this. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be painting this Arwen painting, right? And so I don't know which color palette to use. If I should use like the blue, and obviously she wouldn't have like a red flower, but like the light blue background and like just do more blue tones, and she's got dark hair and like, you know, porcelain skin. Or should I do greens? How about everyone in the chat do 1 for blue and 2 for green? And let me know. Which one do you think personally?
I feel like the blue is closer to. Actually, I feel like it's like the blue is closer to colors we see her in the movie, but the green is closer to the hue. Like it's a soft, it's a little less saturated. I guess so. I'm like just trying to picture based on that, but I think both would look really cool.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't pick. Okay, I see a couple ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see one. I see more ones than 2.
Yeah, I see more ones as well. Seems like ones. This is for Arwen, guys. For Arwen.
Arwen. So this is why don't you make this big real fast and then okay, so this is the painting. So I would use like the same background, like how the background, either the light blue or like the darker green, and then her hair obviously is like a really dark brown, light black. And then her skin would be porcelain, and then the color of her little dress, which I'll add like embellishments when I paint, will be like either that dark blue or the light green. And then this will be metallic, the writing. So looking at this, now which one would you go with?
I'm feeling the blue one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling blue. I think partially because I think her hair will look really nice against the lighter background.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking because they are opposite. So now then what if, let me put a layer on. Thank you, everyone, by the way.
Now, with her, I don't know how complex her other dress. Would it look good with like that shade of blue with that shade of green as an accent on the dress somewhere, or would that throw off the composition? Because Because now I'm looking at that. I'm like, those two together, I could see like a really nice elven dress with this as the base one and like the sheer sleeves and stuff in the lighter green. I'm like, that would be a really pretty elven dress, but I don't know if that would fuck up the composition or not. So
Let me see, because now this is a little bit more green, I think.
yeah. In the meantime, Emily says roses are red. That much is true, but violets are purple. They're not fucking blue. Thank you, because that one always bothers me, and so thank you for correcting that. I'm still gonna I'll still go back and read some of Macy since you gotta go. I'll read yours. Gotta go now. Have a great night. Bye, Macy. Thank you for stopping in. Faux pas says why not both? I guess faux pas.
Well, no, now they're both green. I kind of still like the blue.
I like the blue. I like the blue a lot, I think. I think the chat was really feeling the blue. Even afterwards, I saw a bunch of people say still the blue. So
Okay, so blue.
I think blue.
I'll get this for another character then.
Yeah, because I like that one a lot too. Those are really pretty colors. So we got I believe it was another good job, Shiba Inu from Daano. Thank you for the super sticker. Just trying to get that to load over here on the side. Yes, it is. Yeah. And Russell Hall, who I guess does not share our opinions, because he says Julia Roberts looks like a monkey fucked a raisin. Well, to each his own.
I think she's beautiful. So
everyone has their own taste. And also says, I vote green for Arwen, but that's beside the point. You need to go ahead and paint a Henry Cavill Superman. It's time, Anna.
I am trying my hardest to not get a restraining order against that man. So, because I feel like that is almost inevitable at this point, and I'm really trying not to have that happen to me. Because I want to, as much as I would lose my shit, I would like to eventually meet this man. Maybe, possibly. And if I paint him, one or two things is going to happen. He might see it and he might like it, and then he will go and look into me a little bit more, and then he'll be like, this bitch is fucking crazy, block and shit. Or, I don't know, maybe somebody might like it, but if I get enough people yelling at me, maybe I'll do it, but honestly, guys, I'm really trying to not get a restraining order, which I feel like at this point I am creepy enough to where it might actually happen, so I'm kind of actually afraid of it.
Earlier in the show, you were like, he's totally going to find it endearing, and now you're like, I think I'm borderline restraining order.
I honestly think I am borderline restraining order at this point.
Just one on the toe on the side of legitimate. Oh,
it
God.
might actually happen, and I really don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
I'm organizing my...
Fun times. So I guess we should hear Brie's answer, and then maybe she'll finally tell us about this fundraiser she's doing, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I should actually answer my own question.
Please don't.
Okay, the advice that I would give my younger self is that you do not have to earn your right to speak. It is your God-given right.
Oh my God, I wish that is not the advice. I wish she had never learned that advice ever.
I would just like to point out, I like how she brings God into it, and I'm like, I don't think you believe in God. I don't know. She seems more like an atheist person.
No, she doesn't believe in God, Anna. She believes in her God-given right. That's what she believes in. That's her religion. Brie's entire religion is her God-given right.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with being an
replaying
atheist.
this video over and over again. Not just today, but anytime I'm feeling a little tweaked. So I want to thank all of the incredible women who participated in this video. I'm in awe. And I'm sending love to all of you out there, however you identify, whatever words, terms, pronouns feel right to you. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you for being you. I can't wait until we meet in person one day. Bye.
You're not meeting any of these people in person. Did she name the fucking charity yet?
Nope.
She the charity. The video's over.
She didn't talk about the charity. Honestly, she might meet me in person one day, and then she might not feel the same way about being excited to meet me in person when she does. Because I ain't gonna do anything horrible to her, but I ain't I ain't gonna be
honestly, I just wouldn't say anything to her. Like, she's not really worth my time. Like, if, and I don't think I'll ever be in a position where I will be meeting her. But even if I was, it's like, no, I'll let somebody that actually wants to meet her, you know, go talk to her.
Yep. She'll be my peer one day, and I still won't care about her when that happens. So is there anything in this prologue here about this fundraiser? I mean,
I know there was nothing. Oh, I have a little.
no, but she's online. That's it. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's it. No, but it's a fundraising video, right? We read that right. Yeah. Look.
There's nothing for the fundraiser in this video.
Fundraiser. Donate now, right here. International Women's Day fundraiser. Join me in supporting the next generation of women. Oh, look. In the 2 days since this video has been up, it has raised $20,000 or $1,053 of its $20,000 goal. But what charity? I still don't know what you're raising. What charity you're raising money for? Happy International Women's Day. Thank you to all my wonderful and beautiful friends and family. Hi, Mom, who took the time to be part of this video. Oh, my God. Me and my friends were so great. Okay. I really hope all of our advice to our younger selves can resonate with you in your own journey, because it's so important to me to be important to you. And if you want to help the next generation so to fucking find out, I can watch this entire video and not know what she's raising money for. I can click the donate button and not know what she's raising money for. I have to click show more to find out. If you want to help the next generation of women in becoming their best selves, help me in raising funds for Girls Opportunity Alliance by clicking donate on this video. Please check out and support everyone. The links below. If you have any topics you'd like for me to give advice on, comment below. As always, like and subscribe if you want, but you don't have to. Have a fantastic International Women's Day and celebrate the women you're surrounded by. Oh my God. Watch more Brie. And I have a question.
Oh God, what?
When you decide to feature an artist, a charity, a cause, something like that in one of your YouTube videos, and you're going to link it in the description, where do you put the blurb about your special something, special guest, special feature, special whatever, and where do you put the link to that special something in relation to all the other material in your description?
It depends on how much time I have to prep, but if it's a video, honestly, I just kind of copy and paste my old stuff and then add it in.
Yeah.
When it's something like this,
Well, let's say you were trying to drive money for a charity. Where would you put the link?
I would put that at the very top.
Exactly. She fucking puts all the links for herself. For her own, watch more of my videos before putting anything on Support Girls Opportunity Alliance. Nothing about the charity. Not a single word about what this charity is, where the money goes, what it does. Not a single fucking word. It just says the name once and drops its links in social media down below. And she wonders why it's only raised $1,000 of a $20,000 goal. Now, when Drunk did his charity live stream, he had to keep upping the goal. Because he went well past. That was like, he was pushing it to 45,000 before we left the stream. And I know it kept going for a little while after we were even gone. And that's just Drunk 3PO. All of at the time, I don't even know if he had crossed 30,000 subscribers yet. Maybe he had just crossed 30,000 subscribers. She's got half. He had crossed 30?
Yeah.
So he was 31,000 subscribers, right? She's got 500,000. And he did 40. The number of views she got on the video is less than the amount of dollars he raised for charity. She's had 2 days with this video sitting, and that continued to generate steam after it was up. Right? Your fucking comic that you guys did, Jeff, and your comic has made more money by an order of magnitude, has exceeded what Brie Larson's fundraising goal was for this charity in not that much more time. She is purportedly A-list celebrity who cannot raise $20,000 for charity, for a women's charity on International Women's Day.
She's not even freaking promoting it. She didn't mention the charity in her video. Like she didn't mention it. We had to look in the description to see what this charity was. And even then, it's not even like it's highlighted. She clearly does not care about this charity.
Of course not. There's no link. Where's why not on the end screen? Why not have a link to it? You can link to fundraising on the end screen. Shouldn't there be you put a card that'll link you to the website right in it? There's all sorts of ways, especially you and Susan Wojcik is your fucking buddy when she just throws on and selfies a video for you on a moment's notice for your little YouTube channel. You have every opportunity to pimp this charity. And what you wanted to throw it on there probably as a fucking afterthought. This was probably an afterthought. This was probably after you made this video. Oh, Brie, your shit doesn't do that well. I don't think anyone's going to care about your celebrating International Women's Day video. What can we do to punch it up? Oh, let's fundraise for it. Let's make it a fundraiser. We'll throw it in the description. It'll be exciting. It's like, what is this? Do they really think that we're all so stupid that we just lap this up and don't realize how hollow it is?
It's just, I hate how this just shows that they really don't care about any of the shit that they're virtue signaling, because the way actions speak louder than words. You can put all the words you want in the description. The fact that she didn't even mention it shows that she doesn't even care.
Exactly. Her first pinned comment, Happy International Women's Day. What piece of advice would you give your younger self? No plug for the charity, no mention, none of that. Like, what do you yep. XOXO is not pleased. Yours the 1,000 for your scam charity. You have 595,000 subscribers. Yep, that makes sense. It's too bad your Brie bots can't donate. Look, everyone's so excited, but where's all that money? Let's leave a comment for Brie. Let's go. Excuse me. I don't mean to be critical, but if you want people to donate to your charity, you should probably mention it in the goddamn video. There you go, Brie. Let's see if she reads that and goes, oh my God, I really want her to read it and go like, oh my God, thank you for the super helpful advice. You are so right. And then I can reply, you're welcome, you stupid scancor. All right, well, let's take that away so we don't have to think about her stupid face anymore. Aren't you so excited? Aren't you so glad that Brie Larson is out there just fighting the good fight, sending out these inspirational messages to women everywhere?
Oh, yes, queen.
So glad. Why did we lose your face?
Oh, is my camera? Oh, shit.
Did you not realize your camera was off? I was like,
I turned it off for a second because I needed to grab something, and then I guess I forgot to turn it off.
These things happen.
Or turn it on. Well, because I was organizing my little pins on my desk. I need to grab something. Now I'm like looking for the rest of my pins because I kind of have them stashed everywhere. Did I show you that I got Dungeons and Dragons paint because everyone's like, Anna, you need to paint that Warhammer stuff?
No. Oh my God, that'll be fun.
My
brother.
I kind of messed up and I did something I shouldn't have, so it's okay.
Russell Hall says, Anna, just paint Henry. You're an artist and it's his legacy. And also you are creepy where Cavill is concerned. Just own your creepiness or it's creepy.
No, I don't. But here's the thing. I kind of am it's weird. It's like, I'm not embarrassed of how ridiculous I am over Henry because I know he'll never see it. If I paint something, there is a chance he might see it. But then I did I don't know if you were listening on the High Council last night. I kind of explained my evil plan on how Henry would find me.
I was not. I was elsewhere taking care of some business. But please.
Also, everyone's been saying, Anna, you have all these opportunities because, like, Ethan can get a hold of him. Like, Shane has his email address. Like, everyone. I have so many people that I know personally that can get in touch with him. And I'm like, no. And everyone's giving me shit for it. I'm like, here's the thing. If during this thing where they're having the charity and Zack Snyder's on there and everyone in the chat says, oh, Anna, that Star Wars girl loves Henry, you should like connect Anna and Henry. And so then Zack says to Henry, oh, have you heard of Anna, that Star Wars girl? And then Henry's like, oh, no. And then he looks me up and he reaches out first. Then it's his idea, not mine.
Yes, clearly that will definitely work. I think this is a foolproof plan. There's
Well,
nothing.
to me, that makes more sense. But
Nothing
as compared to me going, hey, I'm like your crazy obsessed stalker fan, and I got your information through mutual friends, and I'm just low key dropping into your DMs. I feel like that's creepy. The other scenario isn't creepy.
Yeah, until you find out how much time you put into masterminding it.
Well, I'm not gonna tell him.
Russell Hall, I'm going to read your super chat, Russell Hall, but you wrote a word in there that makes me glitch, so just bear with me. Brie is and at this point, a charity. Duh. Well, she's definitely a charity. Her YouTube channel's evidence of that. Greg Gerber says, here's $5 just to see Anna wear that Ahsoka headpiece that's behind her.
I don't want to.
$5 not enough?
No, $5 not enough.
$5 not enough. Can't make people do anything that you don't want to do. If we got mad at people for not doing things when we paid them to do them, that would mean we expected that they are our whores, and that is not nice. That's always my perspective. When someone pays me a super chat to do something that I don't want to do, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I paid you to do it. I'm not a whore. If I was, you would have a complaint. This is not truth or dare, and I'm not a hooker. So your super chat is...
I just don't want to get it off Baby Yoda. It's a pain in the butt, and I really don't. There's a video of me in it, so you can go watch that.
There you go. I like it. Rob says, Anna, any plan is a good plan as long as the judge doesn't tell you to stop.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad that there's some people in this community that are supportive of me.
Rob's on your side. God damn it. Well, turns out the secret to my lighting that I was struggling with this entire video was literally just to move my lighting rig about a centimeter closer to my face. Look at the difference. Look at the fucking difference. It's ridiculous.
I think the thing that's ridiculous is how dark it is outside.
Yeah, it's insane. It's fucking wintertime out there. It's like 42 degrees outside. It's not warm.
It's rainy. It's cold. I don't like it.
I actually like it.
I'm like low key organizing my desk while we talk.
No worries. This says not knowing that Garfield the cat is now owned by Viacom. That's disappointing. That feels
Wait, is
wrong.
Viacom that sex cult?
No, Viacom's a communication company.
Okay, I was like, I think it's because it has the V in it. It got me.
Yours
what was
truly-
that sex cult called?
I don't remember.
People in the chat will know.
I'm sure they will. What's the sex cult, guys? Tell us the name of the sex cult. Jeff has me watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and we just watched an episode with the weird sex. Not cult, but weird sex. What? Oh, It's Always Funny with the weird sex, the Frank of the Weird Sex Party.
Oh,
and then Dennis with his weird sex parties. Yeah.
They got a
Oh, is it this one? That's apparently this one.
Oh, Nick's. Okay, yes, that one.
Yeah.
What is it called? Can you say it? Nexum. Nexum.
I don't know how it's supposed to be said.
Yeah, Nexum. Yeah, it's a
Maybe.
sex cult.
There you go. Enjoy your sex.
They would brand you in the sex cult, Jesse. I don't know if you knew that.
That's scary. I don't like that. Well, that catches up on super chats. We are past our 2-hour mark, and we finally got through Bree's dumbass video. Anna, is there?
Still had no mention of the freaking charity. It
No
blows my mind.
fucking mention. How? Anywho's. So Anna, unless there was anything else you wanted to bring up, I think that's going to take us to the end of the show.
Yeah, no. I guess just go check out my art channel. Go watch that time lapse video. Help it get some views, and so that way I can get that channel monetized. And I have to figure out that whole situation with it going, oh, this is copyrighted music. It's like, well, that's funny because I got it from Adobe, and Adobe told me it wasn't copyright. So
that's cool. Well, make sure you guys go check out that video, the Awesome Highlights video over on Anna's channel of the Stealing Solo cover. Make sure you guys go back Stealing Solo now. For those in the U.S., those 1,400 stimulus checks sound like they're coming real soon. So put aside a small chunk of that to back independent artists. You can even get the Ultimate Collector's tier, which has every iteration of the book. It's the only way you can get both the original Stealing Solo cover and the day one only High Council cover. It's only available in the highest tiers now. And you should check those out. So stimulus check money for U.S. people. Do that. Make sure you do that. Jedi Bunny, thank you for posting Anna's time lapse of the Stealing Solo cover as well. Thank you so much. Ooh, I'm gonna post my link tree. I have a link tree now, so instead of spam you guys my links, just click on this and click on all my links and support me everywhere, especially on LIVIT because I like it better than YouTube. YouTube sucks. And that's it. Back Stealing Solo. Other than that, have a wonderful Wednesday, wonderful rainy Wednesday, and God Empress out.
Bye, everyone.